Greetings everyone. Welcome to CEC Gurukul Lectures. I am Mehak Chawla, art educator, Bharatnatyam artist and disciple of Guru Srimati Geeta Chandranji. In this lecture we are going to study about folk and traditional theatre traditions of India. We are going to study about the various performance forms and its aesthetic elements. And further, we are going to move from the serene valleys which we discussed in the last lecture to the collective rhythms of Himachal Pradesh. We now move towards eastward to the culturally rich and spiritually vibrant state of Uttarakhand, often referred to as Devbhoomi. Uttarakhand folk traditions are deeply intertwined with mythology, ritual devotion and community participation. The mountainous terrain and strong village networks of both Garhwal and Kumaon regions have shaped performance traditions that are not merely artistic expressions but sacred obligations and social unifiers. The dances here often blur the boundary between ritual and theatre, where performers do not simply enact characters but they embody them. Some of the popular folk dance forms of Uttarakhand include Hurkiya Ball, Jhora, Cholia, Pandav Nritya, Chapeli, Mukhota dance and many more. Let us first study Pandav Nritya, one of the most significant ritual dance traditions of this region. In Pandav Nritya, this is closely interwoven with the legend of Pandavas from the Mahabharata and is primarily practiced in Garhwal region of Uttarakhand. And it is a ritualistic reenactment of episodes from the Mahabharata presented through singing, dancing, recitation, dramatic narration. The performance serves both as devotion and dramatic storytelling. In this, the entire village community participate and it is a collective ritual performance and which is not restricted to trained actors. And if we look into the performative features of this form, the drama is highly ritualistic and the performers are believed to become spiritually possessed by the characters which they portray. And the enactment is non-linear. They can pick any episode from Mahabharata and just, enact it. And the performance is known as Shraddha. And it is performed outdoors and duration may range from 3 days to several months and typically it takes place between November and February month. If we look at the musical instrument of this form, which are dhol, damau and bhankor. There is a unique ritual practice in this form. The weapons used during the battle scenes are never allowed to touch the ground as they believe to retain divine power and are preserved carefully until the next performance. Pandav Nritya thus represents the fusion of epic narrative, ritual devotion and collective faith of the community. Now let us study about Jhora. Jhora again is a community-based folk dance that originated in Kumaon region of Uttarakhand. Its core objective is social unity. It aims to break caste barriers and foster communal harmony. Jhora is usually performed during the spring season and celebrated at weddings and fairs, and it is very integral to village festivals. In this, you will see men and women of all communities participate together and there is no restriction on the number of dancers who participate in this dance form. And the performance may continue for up to 24 hours with participants joining continuously. And the dancers hold each other's arms and they form a circle and then dance together. and it is being performed both in the morning time and the evening gathering as well. The body the body sways rhythmically from left to right in the circular position, and the movements are very smooth, synchronized and communal, and the visual appeal lies in its flowing circular patterns. If we look at the costume of this dance form, participants usually wear traditional garments. Women adorn traditional jewelry such as bangles, necklace and earrings, whereas men wear kurta pajama. If we look at the songs resemble a conversational exchange between men and women, adding interactive depth. And this, if we now look at the musical instrument of this dance form, is hodka, cymbals, and flute. In Uttarakhand, whether through the spiritually charged enactment of Pandav Nritya or the social unifying rhythm of Johra, dance becomes a medium of devotion, identity, and collective belonging. From the ritual devotion and community harmony of Uttarakhand, we now move toward the culturally expansive plains of Uttar Pradesh, a region that stands at the heart of North Indian devotional, theatrical, and semi classical traditions. If Uttarakhand performances are deeply ritualistic and mountainous in spirit, Uttar Pradesh presents a synthesis of bhakti devotion, folk theatre, semi classical music, and narrative dance traditions. The land of Mathura, Vrindavan, Varanasi, and Ayodhya has historically nurtured forms that combine spirituality with dramatic storytelling. Uttar Pradesh is known for a wide range of folk and traditional performance traditions, including Ras Leela, Ram Leela, Khayal, Nautanki, Swang, Chapeli, Durang, Rai, Shaira, and many others. Let us first study about Ras Leela. Ras Leela originates from the Braj region, particularly Mathura and Vrindavan, and it is based on Bhagavad Puran, a devotional folk tradition incorporating elements of classical dance, music, and drama. In this, you will see the dancers who portray the themes of childhood and adolescent life of Lord Krishna, the divine devotion, divine love between Krishna and gopis, and the spiritual relationship between Radha and Krishna. And it is being performed by traveling groups, which is known as mandalas. And the stage is a mandap decorated with mango leaves. Central characters, which is Radha and Krishna, occupy the middle space in this dance form, and gopis form a circular pattern around them. And in between stand Radha and Krishna. Narrative unfold through songs and expressive dance, and the atmosphere is devotional and immersive in nature. If you look at the costume of this dance form, Krishna wears yellow dhoti, peacock feather, headgear, and heavy ornaments, whereas Radha and gopis wear ghagra choli, dupatta, and the ornate jewelry. If you look at the musical instrument which is used in this dance form are dholak and flute. Now let's look at the musical and aesthetic features of this form. The song in this form is known as rasya, and it is slow, rhythmic and musical progression which emphasis on darshan and bhav. It incorporates multiple dramatic flavors of friendship, parental love, conjugal love, humor, compassion, valor, fear, and many others. The elements of Ras Leela have influenced classical forms as well. You can see this in Kathak, Manipuri, and Bharatnatyam. So, Ras Leela stand as a bridge between folk devotion and classical refinement. Now, let us study about Khayal. Khayal, an important center of Khayal performance is Agra, which is in Uttar Pradesh. In this, the mythological stories from Purans is being performed in this dance form. The tales of bravery, romance, devotion, and sentiment. In this, the performers traditionally perform. It is usually being performed by male artists under the guidance of an ustad. And if you look at the performance structures, it begins with an invocation to deities, highly dramatized narrative presentations, and features a clown as a key element. And there is a strong emphasis on expressive acting and music in this dance form. If we look at the musical instruments of this dance form, it includes folk, dholak, flute, dholak, harmonium, cymbals, tabla. Khayal reflects the fusion of dramatic storytelling with musical sophistication. Now let us study about Kajari. Kajari originated in Mirzapur, and in this the themes revolved around the longing of a maiden for her beloved during the monsoon season and the expression of romantic yearning as dark clouds gather. It is being performed during the monsoon seasons. Usually, women perform this dance form in pair or in group. If we look at the performance and musical aspect, so semi-classical singing genre is there in this folk form, and often performed on a platform, it includes the form known as Dumniya Kajri, sung on monsoon evenings, and the song include Jhula lyrics. If we look at the costume of this dance form, it is more or less similar to the Kathak costume, which include choli, flared skirt, dupatta, heavy jewelry such as anklets, bangles or necklace. So Kajri beautifully captures the emotional landscape of North Indian monsoon romance. Now, having traversed the devotional plains of Uttar Pradesh, where bhakti, semi-classical music and folk theatre coverage, we now turn our attention to an entirely different cultural and geographical landscape, northeast of India. If the plains nurtured narrative devotion and musical reinforcement, the northeast of India represent a cultural landscape shaped by tribal heritage, nature worship, animist tradition, martial rhythms and vibrant festival dances. Here, performance traditions are deeply interwoven with seasonal cycles, community rituals and indigenous belief system, reflecting the close relationship between people and nature. We now turn our attention to Mizoram, where folk dance and music vividly express the colorful spirit and communal life of the Mizo people. Most of the dance forms in Mizoram are group dances, emphasizing collective participation and rhythmic coordination. And the folk dances of Mizoram include Chailam, Yara, Khuallam, bamboo dance and many others. Now let us study about Khuallam. Khuallam is a traditional folk dance practiced in Mizoram and holds a significant place in Mizo social and ritual life. The theme of this dance form symbolizes the journey of the soul and the bravery of a warrior, reflecting ideas of honor, social status and spiritual aspiration. If we look at the word Khuallam is derived from two Mizo words. Khual means guest and Lam means dance. Thus, the term literally means dance of the guest. Khuallam is performed during an important ceremonial event which is called Kuang Choi, which has deep social and religious significance in Mizo culture. If we look at the performative characteristics of this dance form, it is a community dance performed in large groups. Unlike many folk dances, no song accompanies the performance, and the rhythm is created through the resonant sound of the gongs known as darbu. Guests from neighboring villages are invited to participate in this celebration, and the dance is usually followed by a grand community feast reinforcing social bonds. If we look at the social significance, the performance is associated with the attainment of a prestigious social title known as Thangchua. Achieving this title elevates a person's social status and grants them special recognition within the community. Now, if we look at the costume of this dance form, in this the dancers wear puandam, a traditional hand-woven Mizo cloth, and draped over the shoulder while dancing, and colors include red, black, and yellow and green stripes. And it is culturally significant garment carried by every bride after marriage. So this is how the costume of this dance form looks like. Now, if we look at the musical instruments of this form, which include darbu and drum. Now, let us study about Chailam. Chailam is another prominent dance practiced among the tribal communities of Mizoram. The theme of this dance celebrates joy, unity, and heroic memories of often praising honored guests and recounting heroic deeds of the past. And it is performed during Chapchar Kut, one of the most important festivals of Mizoram, celebrated after the clearing of forest for cultivation. In this, it is being performed by both men and women, and the dancers form a collective group emphasizing social harmony. And if we look at the performance structure of this dance form, dancers stand in a circular formation with men and women arranged alternatively. Women hold the waist of the men while men place their hands on women's shoulder. Musicians stand at the center and coordinate the rhythm along with all the community who is standing in a circle. And the dance begins with the beat of the drum, after which dancers sway rhythmically from side to side. And the fourth beat of the drum marks a significant movement pattern. And the performance is accompanied by the singing of chai songs. If you look at the costume, the performers wear traditional Mizo attire and women adorn themselves with ethnic jewelry such as necklace, bangles and earrings. Now, if we look at the musical instrument used in this folk form, it includes drum and mithun horn. The accompanying Shai songs have a unique feature. Their lyrics are often improvised spontaneously in triplet during the performance. And moving further west within the northeast, we will arrive in Meghalaya then, a region renowned for its rich tribal culture and vibrant festival traditions. The folk dances here reflect agrarian life, matrilineal social structures and deep spiritual connections with nature. Prominent dance traditions include Shad Suk Mynsiem, Nongkrem, Derogate, Laho, Wangla and many others. Now let us study about Shad Suk Mynsiem, the dance of peaceful hearts. So this dance originated among the Khasi community of Meghalaya as a way of expressing gratitude to the Creator for blessings and a bountiful harvest. The theme of this dance form, Khasi, beliefs hold that divinity exists in every being and object. And the festival celebrates peace, gratitude, and hope for the coming year. It symbolizes spring, renewal, and new beginnings. The dance formation reflects the matrilineal structure of Khasi society. It is usually celebrated annually in April during the agricultural cycle of harvestation and sowing. And the unmarried men and women of Khasi and Garo tribe participate in this dance form. And men and women dance in separate circles, where men form the outer circle as protectors holding swords and whisks, whereas women dance in the inner circle symbolizing guardians of lineage and family. If you look at the performance structures of this dance form, so it opens with drummers, pipers, and male dancers. And then in the day 2, you will see the main dance with participation from both men and women. And in the third day, you will see the warrior dance performed in pairs. If you look at the musical instruments of this folk form, it includes tangmuri, nakra, kasingpadia, which is small drums, and the string instrument doitara and sharatai. And occasionally you will see a Spanish guitar. If you look at the costume, it includes silk cloth from waist to ankle and lace blouse, gold earrings, silver armlets, bracelet, necklace, and silver crown decorated with the flowers symbolizing modesty and purity. So this is how the costume of this dance form look like if you see on it on your screen. And the costume for men includes golden silk turban, maroon dhoti like cloth, silver chain, ceremonial sword with arrow. Now let us study about Nongkrem dance. Nongkrem dance is an important cultural tradition of the Khasi community. The term Nongkrem refers to the goat sacrifice ceremony. The dance expresses gratitude to the goddess Ka Sinshar for a successful harvest and seeks blessing for prosperity. And the festival is celebrated annually for 5 days in the month of November. In this, you will see the young unmarried men and women participate in this dance form. The festival takes place in Smith, the cultural center of the Khasi Hills, and the dancer perform in 2 concentric circles. And if you look at the costume of this dance form, young Khasi women wear colorful traditional garment and elaborate jewelry, enhancing the ceremonial beauty of this dance. Now, if you look at the musical instrument which is used in this dance form are drums, tungmuri, and other traditional Khasi instruments. The festival is also known for local food, handicrafts, and community gatherings, making it both a ritual and a social celebration. Now, let us study about Laho. Laho is a popular dance of the Punar tribe of Jaintia Hills in Meghalaya. The dance seeks prosperity, well-being and protection from evil spirits. It is being performed during the festival which aims to drive away the demon of cholera and ensure the community's health and prosperity. In this, men and women of Puar tribe participate, and the performance, if you look at the performance structure, the woman dances between two men holding their arms. The dance is accompanied by recitation from a cheerleader rather than musical instruments, and the movements are coordinated and rhythmic. The festival also includes ritual involving decorative trees, trunk, placed in villages before being pulled down as part of ceremonial rites, and the celebration ends with the feast and the communal dancing. If you look at the costume of this dance form, performers wear colorful traditional garments with gold and silver ornaments. And the musical accompaniment, there is no instrument as such used in this dance form. Instead, rhythmic recitation and ribald couplets accompany the dance. Now, I'll conclude with this and then we'll proceed further on in the next lecture. Thank you.